What if I told you there was a day, a real day in history, when over 150 people saw the Blessed Virgin Mary at the exact same moment, and the church later approved it? And what if I told you the bishop, yes, the bishop himself, met with witnesses, reviewed the testimonies, studied the miracles, and declared, "This apparition is authentic." Today we dive into the supernatural explosion of March 25, 1984, the day heaven touched Venezuela. This is part 2. In part 1, we met Maria Esperanza, whose life was a wildfire of miracles, stigmata, healings, bilocation, a filmed Eucharistic miracle. But none of that prepared the world for what would happen in Betania, a quiet farm outside Caracas. Maria had been seeing Our Lady privately since 1976. For years, she said, "The day will come when others will see her too." But no one, not even her family, expected this. It was March 25th, the Feast of the Annunciation. A warm Venezuelan afternoon. Pilgrims were praying, singing, resting along the hill near the grotto. Maria was there with her family, and suddenly, the atmosphere changed. People froze. The wind stopped. Silence fell. And then, she appeared. A luminous figure, hovering above the trees, dressed in white, a soft blue sash, hands extended, eyes full of compassion that pierced the soul. This wasn't just Maria seeing Mary. This was men, women, teenagers, farmers, doctors, students, over 150 witnesses, all describing the same apparition. Some fell to their knees. Some wept uncontrollably. Some described a perfume of flowers, roses, lilies, sweeping across the hill. Others saw rays of light shoot from Mary's hands. Many said, "She looked alive." Several people took photographs. Some captured mysterious lights and unexplained silhouettes. But the most striking detail? Witnesses who had never met Maria described the Virgin exactly the way Maria had been describing her for years. This was the moment that shattered skepticism. This was the moment the church had to investigate. Word spread fast. People rushed to the site. Priests were stunned. And Bishop Pio Bello, a trained psychologist and respected intellectual, began what would become one of the most serious Marian investigations in modern times. He interviewed witnesses individually, privately, without influence. Their accounts matched with startling precision. He reviewed photographs, recordings, testimonies, and reports of healings. He studied Maria's life in depth, and he found no fraud, no inconsistencies, no contradictions. Over the next 3 years, the bishop conducted a meticulous inquiry, far more rigorous than most people realize. He had been skeptical, but he could not deny the overwhelming evidence. He wrote, "There is no natural or preternatural explanation. The apparitions at Betania are authentic." And on November 24, 1987, he officially approved the apparitions. Not just Maria's private visions, but the mass apparition witnessed by 150 people. This is extremely rare in church history. Betania became one of the few approved apparition sites in the Americas. But what convinced the bishop the most? The fruits, healings, conversions, families reconciled, people returning to confession after decades. A wave of peace spreading through homes and communities. And Maria's humility, her life matched her message. She called herself a small instrument, nothing more. The bishop later said, Maria Esperanza possessed authentic mystical gifts. And those gifts included prophecies, many of which shook people to their core. Maria warned of future global tensions. She spoke of moral darkness spreading across the world. She spoke of families under attack. But always, always, she emphasized hope. Where sin increases, she said, grace will superabound. She said a great moment of reconciliation was coming, that Mary was preparing the world for healing, for unity, for a return to Jesus. and that Betania would become a beacon, not just for Venezuela, but for the whole world. Then something unexpected happened. The mission of Betania crossed the ocean. Dreams, visions, and prophetic confirmations led Maria to America, to a small town in Massachusetts called Medway. There, she recognized a property instantly. "It is Betania," she said. "A new Betania, Betania II." And incredible things began happening there too. Healings, conversions, peace unlike anything people had ever felt. And that's where part 3 takes us, to the living heart of the mission in 2025. A place you can visit today. A place where the rosary rises like incense every night. Where miracles still happen. Where the message of reconciliation is alive and urgent. Don't miss part 3. This is where heaven touches America.